are our leading stories we're chasing tonight.
The government speaks strongly against corruption.
Much later in business news, Air Zimbabwe gets a clean audit as road to recovery continues.
Our leading sports story tonight, Dynamos lift the Chibuku Super Cup at Rufaro Stadium.
That and more to look forward to in the news tonight. We start off with our first report.
The role of the media in combating corruption came under the spotlight this Friday as the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission celebrated journalists reporting on corruption issues.
We get that first report from Patience Nyakato.
Celebrating the role played by the Fourth Estate in combating corruption at the ZAC Media Awards held Friday afternoon, the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Jen van Muswere, highlighted the Second Republic's commitment to fighting graft.
His Excellency, the President, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, is very clear in terms of what needs to be done in order to eradicate corruption. Corruption is a cancer that has destroyed institutions, that has destroyed nation building in many countries across the world. And His Excellency, the President, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, has declared zero tolerance on corruption. For us to be able to succeed in our fight against corruption, we need to have a collaborative, cooperative thinking in order for us to work together to achieve against corruption.
Corruption remains one of the ills affecting the economy, and journalists are reminded to be ethical and objective.
It is also the responsibility of members of the Fourth Estate to desist from what I've already termed intellectual and editorial laziness, to character assassinate His Excellency the President, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, on baseless, unfounded, unobjective allegations that do not exist. The propensity to character assassinate, the propensity to receive brown envelopes, at the same time giving a platform to catalyze corruption in our country. These are some of the challenges that the media fraternity faces. The intellectual and editorial laziness that is across some of the media houses has also contributed to the growth of corruption in our country. And it is upon the media industry to work together with law enforcement and anti-corruption institutions to destroy this scourge.
Dr. Muswere spoke on the need for an inclusive approach to eradicate corruption.
For corruption to succeed, there are mainly three players: those who initiate the process and those who benefit from the process, and at the same time, those who decide to turn a blind eye when corruption takes place. Under the leadership of President Idi Mnangagwa, a number of steps, policy and legislative interventions have been put in place in order to ensure that we eradicate corruption.
ZAC chairperson Mr. Michael Reza said the fight against corruption is vital as the country journeys towards achieving an upper middle income economy by 2030.
The role of the media is also appreciated in the National Development Strategy NDS1, which notes that, opening quotes, an informed and knowledgeable society is a prerequisite for creating a shared national vision and a collective sense of national identity.
The Second Republic has recorded remarkable progress in fighting the menace with a number of pieces of legislation, including the Whistleblower Protection Act, being put in place. Patience Nyakato, CBC News, Harare.
Children from the Dr. Xulia Mnangagwa's Children's Home in Chiredzi, who participated at the recently held BRICS Plus International Sports, Arts and Culture Festival in Russia, raised the country's flag high after proving their mettle in soccer, which earned them a trophy.
Joy filled the children from Dr. Xulia Mnangagwa Children's Home, formerly known as Chambuta, upon their return from St. Petersburg in Russia, where they participated at the BRICS Plus International Sports and Culture Festival. The children received a rousing welcome upon their triumphant return. Their carers, government officials and their teachers thronged Robert Mugabe International Airport, with most of them clad in national fabric, as they sang praise songs for the returning boys. The children were also welcomed by mayors from various cities and other staff members from local authorities. Not to be outdone is the municipality brass band, which showcased its artistry through well-arranged instrumentals, sending people into a frenzy. All was meant to celebrate the youngsters who were awarded a trophy in Russia after distinguishing themselves in soccer. One of the boys, Richard Musindo, was over the moon after being named man of the match, which earned him a golden boot. The children were competing with various teams from federations in Russia and a team from Belarus. Besides taking part in various sporting disciplines, the children also had an insight into the Russian way of life through different activities, which include sightseeing and cultural exchange programs. The visibly elated children shared their experiences. They emotionally thanked Amai Mnangagwa for lifting them from the streets and giving them a new lease of life.
Sandato mai vafareo vachitona takabata trophy ratikara vakashura tiendere nebogolden boot yandikauya nayo.
Ndangotenda mai vakatibvisa street matatiri ndokatendazve ndo vakati vatitendechi kurashia kwati asingatombozivi, asi Mwari vakatikundisa vakati titambe bhora zvakanaka, tikawina mune zvakanaka, tikadzoka kuno mune zvakanaka.
Indonzi Christopher Munyavi nemakore 14. Ndoratenda Dr. Xulia Mnangagwa watibvisa street matatiri madhako vatendesawo pamusha wakanaka potontorara wega pambedha auswere uchinetsana navanhu chikafu notodya kwete zvataita zvekunhongera mabhiri tibhe maglu. Zvino takutoenda kuchikoro tobhadharwa mari mahara. Takatombobva vaenda Great Zimbabwe, takaenda kumalango, zvino takaenda kuRussia. Kwira ndege nhasi atika ndatomboona mulife mangu. Shuro yangu ndichada kutambira national team, Warriors.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation, Dr. Nicholas Moyo, paid glowing tribute to the First Lady for the initiative, which he said is an essential avenue for the children's personal growth and career development.
We all know they came from the street, and the street is not a home for anyone. The street does not define human beings, but the work that the First Lady had done to bring them together, the confidence. When you look at these kids, they are bubbling with confidence. The experience that they've had, the trophy that they've brought back home goes a long way to show us that this program on its own has transformed their lives. It's a success story for our children. We are carrying the golden boot, we are carrying the trophy, and for us as a nation, we are seeing a new center of sporting excellence from the Dr. Xulia Mnangagwa home in Chiredzi. As a ministry, we are committed to ensure that it becomes a school of excellence in terms of sport.
Mr. Stanislaus Sanyangove, who is the Provincial Social Development Officer for Masvingo Province, lauded the children for being disciplined and the Republic of Russia for the warm hospitality.
Apart from the soccer tournament, vana vakadzidza zvakawanda zvinosanganisira takaenda kunoona mutambo wehockey zvakare kuti vakakwanisa kuexpose kuti vaone kuti hockey inotambwa sei, and tikaona a live tournament vana vachidzidza zvakare. Pamusoro pazvo zvakare vana vakazofamba vakaenda kuparliament yekurussia kuti vanodzidza kuti mitemo inogadzirwa sei kunyika yeRussia, and then vakazoenda zvakare kuma-museums akati wandei.
The children once lived in the streets before the First Lady, through a Angel of Hope Foundation, committed them to Dr. Mnangagwa Children's Home in Chiredzi, formerly known as Chambuta. The BRICS Sports, Arts and Culture Festival aims to utilize sports and culture to promote peace, security, development, and cooperation among countries. It's a platform where children in institutions go to interact and partake in various sporting disciplines to enhance their well-being. The trip is a testament to First Lady Dr. Mnangagwa's dedication to empowering vulnerable children and providing them with opportunities for growth and development. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Harare.
Well done, and thank you for representing Zimbabwe so well in Russia. Now, the government says opportunities created by the Second Republic in the construction industry are open for all professionals, including architects, as the country aims to achieve Vision 2030. This came out at the Institute of Architects annual general meeting held in Harare.
The need to amend the existing Architecture Act to suit modern-day standards was high during discussions at the Institute of Architects annual general meeting this Friday.
One critical proposal was the need to amend the Act, the Architects Act. It has seen its better days. Most of the things that are happening in the built environment now are not covered by that Act. Key among those is the new technologies that are being used now in construction. The Act does not provide for the supervision of new technologies. So we're now challenging our architects to revise their designs to speak, one, to the dictates of Vision 2030 and to the dictates of climate challenges as well.
Minister Daniel Garwe, who presided over the meeting, highlighted various opportunities created by the Second Republic in infrastructure development that can benefit architects and other professionals.
Our president has said, let's build our country using our own resources. We now have a lot of mining companies, new mining companies, and all the existing mining companies who are doing a lot of business in lithium mining, in platinum mining, in gold, in many other minerals that we have. You may be aware that we've got in excess of 42 different types of minerals, rare earth minerals as well. And those are built, because it's now a requirement that wherever you are mining, you must contribute towards the development of that area through your CSRs. So go and talk to the mining houses. They will open their doors for you. If you want, Mr. Architect, if you sit down with our peers, we can create an indaba where we bring in the mining players and yourselves and discuss this issue, because I know they've got the money.
Government is intensifying efforts to meet its goal of delivering 1 million housing units by 2025 with the support of various public-private partnerships, which have already begun construction around the country. Patience Nyagato, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, parents have already started preparations for their children enrolling for Form 1 next year, with most stationery and uniform outlets in the capital being a hive of activity witnessed today.
As usual, Leopold Takawira Street in Harare, the home of uniforms and stationery, never disappoints. Following the announcement of Grade 7 results this Friday, hardly 24 hours later, some parents could be seen purchasing some of the basic requirements for their children to ensure they are ready for high school.
Form 1. Saka ndinofanira kutonge ndakarongeka kuti pandosvika January zvinhu zvese zvinge zvakabatana.
Ngati kutogadzirira tiri kutotenga mabhuku kuti avhure tiine zvakakwana zvese.
Ndakasira kutenga nekuti ikapinda muChristmas ndozokangana kutenga zvechikoro. Nekuti mwedzi watiri kuenda unonakidza.
Some of the youngsters going for Form 1 could not hide their joy.
Fara ndakanyora Grade 7 yangu ndikapasa ndikuenda kunotonwi imba secondary.
Ndozofara nekuti ndakapaswa
ndandisinofungidzira kuti ndichapasa tichatsvaga nzvimbo handichana pachatsvaga nzvimbo asi zava kuti tichaona kupi tinonzwa kufanana tina akapedza grade 7.
The government has since opened the electronic application platform EMAP that enables parents to select 5 boarding schools placement, with the platform set to close on the 31st of December. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Harare.
Meanwhile, the Murerezi community in Berengwa has pooled resources to construct a science and computer laboratory and purchase a school bus to enhance the learning standards at Murerezi School.
It is every Zimbabwean child's dream to access basic education that lays the foundation for a brighter future, with the aim of letting their children access quality education and modern learning environment. Parents from the Murerezi area in Berengwa came together for the construction of a new science and computer block and purchase a school bus.
Chitiko ichi chinopa kuti vana zvikwiridzire kudzidza, vana vapase, vave neexposure, vazive zvakawanda zvinoitika munyika.
Isu community, isi sechikoro nehurumende iripo inotungamirirwa naBaba Mnangagwa tabatanidza zvese zviitike.
The local leadership says the project will play a vital role in transforming the learning environment in Murerezi.
The public sector, private sector, tese tinokwana mu statement iyo yekuti nyika inokwana vene vayo. Saka pana apa pa Murerezi High School pane mubatanidzo unoshamisa zvikuru wakaitika.
Takanga tichida kuita A-level kuti hatina science lab, asi nokuda kwevabereki tichitaura navo noutungamiriri hwenzvimbo yose vakagona kutinzwisisa kuti chinangwa ndechekuti tivake nzvimbo yedu, sekutaura kunoita president wenyika yedu vaMnangagwa kuti nzvimbo nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. Takatenderana kuti hatiitei tibatsirane tiunganidze maresources ese tivake mablocks edu.
The Second Republic's Inclusive Development Trust, which encompasses the education sector, is providing fertile ground for the achievement of Vision 2030. Karajushes, ZBC News, Berengwa.
Now, China has cemented its relationship with Zimbabwe following the refurbishment of Chiwalizo Primary School in Bindura, with a commitment being made to continue supporting the country in many ways.
Long-standing relations between China and Zimbabwe were celebrated in Bindura this Friday following the commissioning of the refurbished Chiwalizo Primary School, in a development warmly received by the community.
I'm very happy about this day. It is also reminding us of the relationship between Zimbabwe and China.
Ndifarira mwana wangu apasa chikoro chino chawandudzwa tinofara senharaunda yatiri.
China pledged to maintain support for Zimbabwe in a wide range of fields.
China will continue to work with the government of Zimbabwe and all stakeholders to empower our youth and children and to cultivate talents for Zimbabwe. Our efforts will never stop. In the next couple of years, we are planning to bring a great number of solar-powered facilities, including classrooms, to rural societies across the country to ensure every child's right to education.
Government applauded the Chinese government for helping the country to attain its education goals.
Your support as an all-weather friends is invaluable, and we appreciate the important role your government continues to play in enhancing the lives of our people.
Commissioned in 2011 after being constructed with Chinese support, Chiwalizo Primary School is one of several designated China-Zimbabwe friendship schools dotted around Zimbabwe. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Bindura.
ZANU-PF affiliate members have been encouraged to set a positive example in upholding and promoting the country's ideological values.
Several organizations, institutions, and individuals are taking a significant step in deepening their understanding of the ruling ZANU-PF party's principles and values by enrolling at the Chitepo School of Ideology in Harare. Teachers for ED and the National Organization for Development and Empowerment are the latest beneficiaries of the school.
We have learned quite a lot, and we did not understand how we become. We didn't understand our culture, our heritage, our identity as a Zimbabwean. Where do we come from?
After
our president talked of the Vision 2030 and the drive to reach an upper middle economy for all members, and where he is saying no one should be left behind. And that philosophy, that phrase also captured us as teachers.
It's also a hatchery of ideas on the best decisions that one has to take, rather than just giving up and just being crybabies.
Zvinotibatsira kuti tizive kuti tiri vanani, chii chatinacho munyika medu, takadzidza zvakawanda.
Takanzwa nezvechitepo school of ideology, tikaona kuti zvakanaka because nezvinhu zvakawanda zvatisiri kuziya, uye kuti tiziye kuti ramangwana redu rinenge rakamira sei. But tafara chaizvo kuti taakuziya kuti nyika yedu iri kuenda kupi, uye kwese kwatinoenda tadzidza kuti tinofanira kuchengetedza nyika yedu.
Chitepo School of Ideology Director of Academic Studies, retired Colonel Reston Magumise, encouraged participants to be torch bearers and embrace the business opportunities being availed by the Second Republic.
We are encouraging our teachers to continue to pursue our ideological ethos that we Zimbabweans are Zimbabwean first by identity. We Zimbabweans are there to look after and protect our national interests as people of Zimbabwe.
The school, named after national hero Herbert Chitepo, is dedicated to promoting the party's ideology and equipping citizens with the knowledge and skills necessary to drive national development. The institution's curriculum covers a range of topics, including the history of the ZANU-PF party, the principles of socialism, and the role of ideology in national development. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
Remember to log on to our website for these and more stories in detail. Our website is www.zbcnews.co.zw.
We're also streaming live now, taking note of those who are online. Facebook page, ZBC News Online. Do tell us where you are streaming live from. These are and other stories to come, Joyce?
Yes, still to come in the bulletin. In business, Air Zimbabwe gets a clean audit as road to recovery continues. And in sport, Dynamos lift the Chibuku Super Cup at Rufaro Stadium.
Do stay tuned for these and other stories to come. We're off to a break. Don't go away.
Oh, joy to the world, the Lord is Lord has done. Receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. Rejoice and shout for joy. Rejoice and shout for joy. It's a season of smiles that all came my happy place. Joy to the world, the Savior is welcome to our happy place. Where you shop with a smile as wide as our aisles. Rejoice and shout for joy. Repeat the sounding joy. It's a season of smiles that all came my happy place.
Zona mwecha uyasebenza sebenza, mwecha uyasebenza sebenza, mwecha uya.
Abalele prosper. Muchiri mumundana nasi.
Arutiko.
Penga uyu. Kumoti zvinosiyana kani. Isoma tatokumuka.
Maipi, chikari masadza iyi nemuriwo. Tapini.
Enter the Seed Go Farming promotion and stand a chance to win.
The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe would like to advise motorists to avoid traveling at night because of the dangers that come with the territory, from drunk drivers to robbers waiting on unsuspecting motorists at strategic places. Motorists are also advised to remember to dip their lights when passing oncoming traffic. Please ensure your tail lights are working and avoid getting hit from behind by other vehicles on the road. Remember, life is precious, so exercise caution when driving at night. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, keeping Zimbabwe's roads safe.
Oh, joy to the world, the Lord is Lord has done. Receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. Rejoice and shout for joy. Rejoice and shout for joy. It's a city.
Welcome back. You are still watching the news at 8. Government has pledged its commitment to promoting scientific research for national development. Our next report.
The importance of science, technology and innovation in achieving sustainable development goals dominated debate at the 20th anniversary of the Zimbabwe Academy of Sciences in Harare this Friday.
One of the things that we have in the country as Zimbabwe are natural resources which can be developed within the country using our scientific background and the innovation techniques, and they get sold as natural, as finished products. So it's all about science.
The president is always saying we are banking on science, technology and innovation. And I mean, with an academy such as the Zimbabwe Academy of Sciences, working together with the Research Council, the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology, I'm sure we are good to go.
Permanent Secretary for Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Professor Fanuel Tagwira, who was representing Minister Frederick Shava, stressed the need to support uptake of science and technology.
We are saying we want our people to learn on the job while they are producing goods and services. So heritage-based education 5.5 that's the centerpiece of what we are doing. And that's the one that is propelling most of what you are seeing today as achievements in higher education.
The Second Republic is a firm believer in the role of innovation and science in national development through the setting up of innovation hubs, industrial parks and implementation of rural industrialization programs across the country. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
We're now crossing over to Marilyn Gwenya. She joins us from our Montrose studios in Bulawayo, and she's already on standby. A very good evening to you, Marilyn.
Many thanks to you, Jason, Leanne, and it is a good evening to you and the viewers at home. And now in our following report, a heartwarming gesture of compassion has brought relief to the people of Silalachani village in Filabusi after they received wheelchairs and free medical treatment for Christmas. Our reporter, Yolanda Moyo, filed the following report.
In a gesture that touched hearts and eased burdens, Colonel Minyota Chiwenga, wife to Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, offered free medical services to hundreds of villagers and distributed wheelchairs, transforming lives and brightening the holiday season for people in Silalachani. Among the beneficiaries is a 9-year-old girl with disabilities. The girl's mother Sipepela Pimpofu has for years carried a daughter on her back, traversing long distances to ensure the child receives an education. For Sipepela and other wheelchair beneficiaries, hope was rekindled this Saturday.
So bengiyimbabhula ngimshiye ngiphinde ngimlande ngenxa size ezibhedlela ngimbabhula lapho engihamba khona okuvukileyo bengihamba ngimbabhula kanti esekile wheelchair hayi sesizakele kakhulu ngoba sengizaphumula ubhabhula ngobhabhula umuntu ole9 years kuzima kakhulu.
Sesibonga kakhulu umkhwenyana lapha angena khona ukuthi inkosi yambusisa mina isibusisile ngomkhwenyana sibonga kakhulukazi.
Ngiyathaba mama nxa uningi ngiyancane zake ubone nami sengizama sengihamba sengedwa ngiyabonga okwenzakala enkodla kumahlaya ethu.
Hundreds of villagers were treated to a variety of medical services, including eye tests, blood pressure checks, and general consultations, with the beneficiaries expressing their gratitude for the services.
Lapha ngiyathaba ngabuya namhla lapho ukuthi ngizebona la amadokotela engangincedisa kuloko.
Ngizosokusithi ngikhale ngento ayenza esigabeni.
Ngingananzelela ukuthi abantu bonke abalapha bangikhangele yini.
Chief Sibasi commended Colonel Chiwenga for her philanthropic efforts, urging the community to work together in helping vulnerable communities.
Indlela yenze ngayo umntwana ogogodlayo ufundise labakhatshana asebelesikhathi bahambayo sebakhohlwe emakhaya ukuthi hayi asikhumbuleni emakhaya.
Born and raised in Silalachani, Colonel Minotabo Chiwenga, the driving force behind the humanitarian endeavor, said the gesture was part of an ongoing efforts to support communities in need.
Nxa sikhangela ukuthi isikhathi sekhisimusi, isikhathi sekhisimusi isikhathi sokupha. Asila okuningi singakwanisa ukubapha khona kodwa nxa singabapha ixetsha lokuthi bakhangelwe impilo yabo bancediswe ngodokotela ama specialists from different departments okuyinto engenzakali amalanga wonke. So sibone ngathi lathi sibancedisile khonapho ukuthi siphathisane lalabo abezempilakahle abasebenza esigabeni lathi sivela lapha sivele khona sibambisana ndawonye ukuthi abantu bethu babe lempilo enhle.
The elderly also went home with clothes, maize seeds and sugar as part of the Christmas gift. The outreach program in Silalachani is a testament to the power of compassion and the positive impact that can be achieved through collective efforts. Helandmo, ZBC News, Philapusi.
Lack of accessible data on vital ecosystems and habitats is slowing progress, particularly in developing regions. This came out at an engagement meeting for the Biodiversity Information for Development program held in Harare.
The meeting saw biodiversity researchers, scientists from East, West and Southern Africa deliberating on improving the availability, accessibility of data, information, knowledge for decision makers in developing countries to enable effective implementation of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. The Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework is an international agreement that aims to halt and reverse biodiversity loss by 2030 and live in harmony with nature by 2050. Some of the researchers and scientists highlighted the importance of inclusive approach to developing effective regional and national biodiversity research plans.
It's very important for Zimbabwe to be able to record or to have data concerning the species, in fact the diversity of organisms, of plants that we have in the country.
This network is really quite critical for us. Bringing our partners together and working together as a community to drive information management, information sharing and use.
It is important for African countries, to partnership, to have important partnerships, so as to stay together, to overcome our the threats on biodiversity.
Global Biodiversity Information Facility Chairperson, Mr. Liam Lensat, noted the need for identifying and exploring opportunities for synergies between biodiversity information development and regional scale initiatives related to biodiversity data training and mobilization.
The African region is hugely important in terms of the biodiversity resources that it contains. So having good empirical data about the biodiversity of the region and how we can inform policy and decision making is critical if we want to protect the global biodiversity resources that we have.
Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Environment, Climate and Wildlife, Acting Director Wildlife and Forestry Management, Mr. Tanyaro Zwamundoga, spoke on the significance of biodiversity and human life research and development.
We are faced with several global challenges that are affecting us, but we must also recognize that the solutions to these challenges are deeply rooted in local and regional efforts backed by science and data.
The Global Biodiversity Information Facility is an international network data infrastructure funded by world governments aimed at providing anyone, anywhere with access to data about all types of life on Earth. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Harare.
The Federation for Young Farmers has rewarded enterprising young farmers who excelled in agricultural production over the past season.
A guest of honor at this year's Young Farmers Awards ceremony held in Shamba Friday evening, Deputy Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, Honorable Vangelis Haritatos, underscored how youths have become a key component in Zimbabwe's agricultural transformation towards Vision 2030.
Though the country faced the worst drought in 40 years, pace setters and young farmers still invest in agriculture and agribusiness. The El Nino-induced drought is a result of climate change, but it is also refreshing to note that young people are climate-proofing their operations to allow greater food security. This past winter season, my office received information that the Federation, alone young farmers cultivated over 15,000 hectares of wheat.
A host of young farmers, including women, were recognized for being driving forces of agriculture, heeding government's advice to participate in this sector.
I won the best under 35 farmer in cereals, the best under 35 farmer in tobacco, and the National Woman Farmer of the Year.
I'm there driving the Vision 2030 that the President has set out, and as young people, we need to be there to prop up the country in terms of food production.
As young farmers don't lay back, usarara mumba mukaushande tisimzirenyika tivake brick by brick nyika inovakwa nevenevayo.
We are here to change the systems and to preserve the agricultural systems that should be there, and also providing our farmers with tailor-made solutions.
For their contribution towards shaping the national agriculture landscape and uplifting the young farmers, ZBC News senior reporter Tendai Munengwa, Deputy Minister Haritatos, and the Minister of ICT, Courier and Postal Services, Honorable Tatenda Mavetera, who is a trustee of the Federation of Young Farmers, got Pace Setter Special Recognition Awards at the ceremony.
For us at the Ministry of ICT, we have got the Smart Zimbabwe 2030 Master Plan, which speaks into smart agriculture. We need then to be able to look for innovative ways for us to enhance agriculture.
This year's awards has given birth to the new Zimbabwean farmer who's using technology and various other new means to make sure that they produce on the land. And all the young farmers that came through, I think they've got that key element of being very innovative.
The Federation of Young Farmers has emerged as an important platform to encourage young farmers to take farming as a profession. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Shamba.
And that's it for myself, Marilyn Gwenya, and the Montrose crew for tonight. Joyce is on standby with more news. Joyce, it's back to you.
Oh, many thanks to Marilyn Gwenya and our crew at Montrose Studios for giving us that stretch of the bulletin. Now, top performing businesses and individuals were honored at the Chinoi Community Excellence Awards hosted by the Chinoi University of Technology Friday evening. Tamuka Charakupa reports.
The third edition of the Chinoi Community Excellence Awards were full of glamour and color. This is a platform which brings together stakeholders from various disciplines where they are recognized and awarded for their outstanding services.
This event is quite very important in terms of recognizing the efforts of the people of Chinoi.
You get to meet new people as well, and you get to discuss new ideas. You get them from this platform as well.
For the students who were led by the Dean of the School of Tourism and Hospitality,
Dr. Nelson Zengeni, the event was a practical test of the heritage-based education 5.0 model.
Our education 5.0 is heritage-based. So we find that anything that is God-given to us, that is left to us by our ancestors, we try to use that one to instill in our students.
It's giving us a lot of diverse knowledge in terms of our culture.
Mashonaland West Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Maren Chombo, who was the guest of honor, said she is impressed with the nature of the awards.
It speaks to the theme of national heritage, and we have embraced it, and we just want to showcase to the whole world who we are as a Chinoi. It is for Chinoi community by Chinoi community.
As you can see behind me, it is a traditionally themed occasion, which means Zimbabweans are fostering the idea of national identity. Tamuka Charakupa, ZBC News, Chinoi.
The National AIDS Council-led male engagement programs are bearing positive results in Nyanga, where HIV prevalence and sexually transmitted infections have been high due to poor health-seeking behavior by the men.
The high prevalence of HIV in Nyanga, which is at 9.7%, with men above 29 years and girls between the age of 10 to 24, reportedly being the most affected, saw the National AIDS Council introducing a male engagement program to bring awareness on stopping the spread of HIV. Nyanga District AIDS Coordinator Mr. Lawrence Munyama spoke on the strides being implemented as they raise awareness.
We are happy about this because tikasvika pa-third maningiwa anoti dhurei kuhurumende kuti mishonga iwanikwe. Saka tinoda kuti dai tiramba takangoramba tiri pa-first line. Saka takadaro prevalence rate yedu muno muNyanga is 9.11, then incidence yacho incidence is 0.14 ndiyo incidence yatiinayo.
Munyama reviewed progress in implementing the male engagement program in the society.
Dzidziso yavari kuwana iri kudini iri kuvabatsira ende vari kucontribute zvakanaka. Ini sekuona kwandiri kuita program iyo yakavanakira. Vari kuenda kuzvipatara, vari kutestwa. Tikaramba tichingopa emphasis. Vamwe vacho vatoripo vatone mukadzi wani. Nyaya yekuti chazotsvaka umwe chipiri yakudini yakudzikira.
Of interest is the woman who is spearheading the initiative.
Kudzidzisa kwandinoita varume vari kuzvigamuchira zvakanyanya ende vanotonditeera zvakanyanyisa.
Participants of the program acknowledged the positive impact of the engagement.
Kubva pakatanga kupindawo program ichitsanangurwa pamusoro peutachiona unoonekwa muvanhu, vana baba takakwanisawo kuti manje tichiendawo nemhuri dzedu kuti tindoteswe kuti tigare tichiziva kuti utano wedu wakamira sei.
Ichokwadi kuti kazhinji varume vane resistance yekuenda kunotestwa, asi chidzidzo ichi chiri kutibatsira kuti chinotivhurira nzira namakwara ekuti tinzwisise.
Apart from interrogating health issues, the engagement seeks to enhance men's involvement in efforts to curb domestic violence, drug abuse and child marriages, among other challenges. Meanwhile, this year's National AIDS Day commemorations are set to be held in Rusape this Sunday. Kenya's Chivuje, ZBC News, Nyanga.
We take a breather. We'll be back shortly with business news. Stay with us.
Unwrap a world of entertainment with DSTV.
All right.
Wow.
It's who I am. Time for you to see the world.
The only thing that is important is happiness. That's the reason why I'm here. Wish me luck.
This is where all the fun times are happening. There we go again. Fantastic goal.
Join me. Experience the magic with DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Discover the King of Rivers. It's there, beating in the heart of giants. It begins A rush of pure water. A refreshing flow. Deeper. Faster. Glorious heights and falls. Moving mountains. Growing lands. Brewing power. Zimbabwe's own. Our heartland. Our home. It sits majestic upon the plain. The king of rivers. Find it in the heart of the mighty and quench our adventurous thirst. Zambezi, Zimbabwe's own lager.
Get your business ready for the festive season with ZBC. Join us for the ZBC Mega Festive Business Promotion running from the 1st of November of 2024 all the way to January 31 of 2025. Enjoy an incredible cash discount of over 50% across all ZBC platforms. This is your opportunity to make your business shine. So celebrate with ZBC and watch your business thrive by simply booking your spot right now. For more information, call Tandeka on 0719 594 426 or Martha on 0719 593 532 or Precious on 0719 593 510 or email tandeka.mubi@zbc.co.zw. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, joy to the world, the Lord is Lord has done. Receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. Rejoice and shout for joy. Rejoice and shout for joy. It's a season. Ochachaka kwekuyela, nekamarike kuspenda. Zimbabwe, 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 travel Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe nyika ine ukoshwa inzwa inini papaloshwa uya utiwonere kugari pakuleki tinenge tichitsapfuna hove dzine steki tisingakatamwe chinhoi kune magefsi mapako nedzimba dzemawe dziri deya kumasvingo.
I'm coming from Harare, all the way from Harare, 154 kilometers. So we drove with a couple of friends. We've got 2 birthdays. So we came, it was really an experience, driving into, we didn't know where we were going. But when we got here, it's a kumusha, guys, the kind of kumusha that we really love. So we enjoyed the food, the serene atmosphere, the people there, the waiters. It was really, really nice. The food, traditional. Oh my God. The fish with soup, sizzling soup. It was, oh my God, it was an experience. We've been doing Western all this time, but today we did traditional. It was extremely out of this world. So I'm just going to recommend quite a lot of people to come to Kwateri. So me and my friends, the 6 of us have been planning, been traveling all the time for the past 5 years. So we are going local this year, and next year we're also going local. So this has been a good experience for us.
Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe, travel Zimbabwe. Travel Zimbabwe this festive season. Zimbo.
Welcome back. The agro-based Mashonaland East Province says it is ready to partner with prospective investors as it seeks to boost business and improve livelihoods.
In a bid to lure investors, Mashonaland East Province hosted an investment endeavor where the provincial leadership pitched the business opportunities to prospective investors.
Mashonaland East is ready to receive new investments. We've engaged some technical people We want to come up with a very comprehensive provincial profile for Mashonaland East with all the opportunities that we have.
Marondera municipality is well endowed in terms of natural resources, geographical location, and environmental factors.
The province also hosted an awards ceremony where outstanding companies and individuals were rewarded for their contribution to the province's socio-economic development. Gerald Sasa, ZBC News, Marondera.
And now from business, we shift our focus to the arts, where Simon Mutambi retained a pole position on the Radio Zimbabwe Top 20 chart show with his hit song, Chembere Yako. Let's take a look.
Chembere Yako took the crown this week on Radio Zimbabwe chart, with Alec Macheso's Richard Hammer threatening to dethrone it after claiming second position. Zimdance star Killer T is among the top contenders, taking third position with Kananda Nyura. Gospel lovers were not left out, with Blessing Shumba claiming 7th position with his song Chino Shamisa. Prince Chigwida, who had 687 votes, was 20th with his song Matsimba.
Oh, we're off to a break. Join us shortly for sport when we return.
Shark on the line.
He took my fish.
You guys, did you see that? I just was like, what?
I really want you to find someone nice who would mean the world to you and make you so happy.
Bernardo Silva, Stones, Foden, a little bit of time. Oh, what a shot! What a goal! What a player!
Get your business ready for the festive season with ZBC. Join us for the ZBC Mega Festive Business Promotion running from the 1st of November of 2024 all the way to January 31 of 2025. Enjoy an incredible cash discount of over 50% across all ZBC platforms. This is your opportunity to make your business shine. So celebrate with ZBC and watch your business thrive by simply booking your spot right now. For more information, call Tandeka on 0719 594 426 or Martha on 0719 593 532 or Precious on 0719 593 510 or email tandeka.mubi@zbc.co.zw. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Dynamos will represent Zimbabwe in the CAF Confederation Cup for a second season running after beating rivals Ngezi Platinum Stars 4-2 on penalties following a 1-1 draw in regulation time in the Chibuku Super Cup final at Rufaro Stadium this Saturday.
Warriors' second choice shortstopper Martin Mapisa's penalty heroics have sealed another ticket in the African Safari for the Harare Giants Dynamos, as Dynamos becomes the first team to lift the Chibuku Super Cup in consecutive seasons. Dynamos overcame the League woes by successfully reclaiming their cup title this Saturday at Trofaro Stadium thanks to a double save from their first-choice goalie to dismiss Ngezi Platinum Stars. The Harare Giants, who finished 8th in the PSL, yet a massive rebound in the second half against their nemesis, masterminding a remarkable second-half comeback after being put into trail in the first half. Dynamos crawled back in the match, looking hungrier in the second half, forcing the match into extra time. Extra time yielded no result for either teams, forcing the game into the dreaded penalty shootout, in which Mapisa appeared to wear gloves with glue, while his players looked composed, converting all their 4 spot kicks to win Dimbare the 75,000 United States dollars prize money on offer. The victory sealed history for Dynamos, who will yet again represent Zimbabwe in the CAF Confederation Cup after narrowly missing the group stages this year. Meanwhile, it is back to the drawing board for Ngezi Platinum Stars. We have lost 2 Chibuku Super Cup finals against Dynamos. Reynold Ngwarati, ZBC News, Harare.
Well, kudos to you there, Dynamos. The senior cricket side, the Chevrons, believe they can focus and upset Pakistan in the first match of the T20 at Queen Sports Club in Bulawayo tomorrow.
One-day international series are done and dusted, and what remains is a T20 series involving the Chevrons in Pakistan. Once a good hunting ground for the host, Queen Sports Club has not been a good hunting ground for the Chevrons, who lost 2 ODI matches to the highly ranked Pakistan. A different ballgame altogether, and a competition which brings cricket-playing nations together. The T20 competition is more at stake, and Chevrons captain Sikandar Raza says the ultimate target is to win.
No, I think the expectations are pretty much the same as they were for ODI series, that we have a genuine chance to win the series, and after going 1-0 up, I thought we have a very good chance, and I think it's pretty much the same. We're looking to win the series, inshallah.
Win in the T20 series will be a confidence booster for the Chevron squad, and Raza is not mincing his words.
Yeah, certainly. I think we have made a big strides. We have achieved a lot of good things in our T20 squad, and our T20 squad has played a lot of cricket as well. So, I mean, we played 1 days after 9 or 10 months. But with T20 we have played a lot of games, so I'm very confident with the squad that we have.
The Chevrons will be motivated by the availability of Blessing Muzaraban, who has played with the majority of players in the Pakistan squad. Mchogozi Stube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
A Zimbabwean budding tennis player, Chanel Joaquini, settled for silver after failing to defend a gong in the ITF J30 final played in Bulawayo this Saturday.
After winning the first edition of the ITF tournament and stealing qualification into the finals of another ITF-rated tournament, stakes were high that Chanel Joaquin would complete a double. She, however, couldn't pace up as Israel's Office Bay claimed gold courtesy of a 6-4, 6-2 scoreline. Joaquin was the only remaining torchbearer for the hosts after a fellow country girl, Rovarash Magara, failed to go past the semis as she was booted out by Bay. Casey Drake from Britain won the men's ITF J30 section after finalist Alex Hui could not finish the game due to an illness. Drake took the crown after carrying a 5-2 lead in the first set. Meanwhile, the second leg of the ITF J30 tournament begins this Sunday with qualifiers at the Bulawayo Country Club. Mchogozi Stube, ZBC News.
And our men have been urged to adopt sport as means to curtail depression and related mental health issues through participation in physical activities.
As November came to a conclusion this Saturday, various corporates and social soccer teams capped off the month of November in style at the Prince Edward Grounds as the Friends of Victor's Sports Management annual soccer tournament took center stage to promote men's general health. A total of 17 teams ranging from the under-17 to the open category showcased their skills at the event, where issues on men's mental health and prostate cancer awareness dominated the discussions. While it was all fun on the field of play, the event proffered a platform for men to relieve their minds, while also providing free scanning services for chronic ailments such as prostate cancer to promote health consciousness in men.
Soccer brings them stress that eats the stress that men gets elsewhere. If a man was stressed during the week, Monday to Friday, when they come to the football field, the stress, even if of losing, eats away the stress of anything else. So now, even if you were depressed, men had so much in his heart, or things were not going well, finances are not well, but when we come to the football field, we don't forget about it, but we get a relief and we start afresh.
The ZBC football team also took an opportunity to participate in the journey, which doubled as a charity fundraising.
It's not a game where we took that trophy. It's not a game where we took that medal or anything else. We just want to keep fit. The most important thing. Maybe a week very busy. So we just need that day that we socialize, that we relax.
Scouts from newly promoted Premier Soccer League club Scotland, as well as Caps United head coach Lloyd Chitembwe and his assistant, also attended the event to spot talent. The month of November is commonly referred to as Movember, a movement aimed at highlighting concerns of male health both physically and mentally. Reynold Ngwarati, ZBC News.
Well, that's a wrap on the news at 8. It's also the last day of November,
It is, and well, we are in the festive season. Make sure you take it easy on the roads as we are now in that celebratory mood, Leanne.
It is a very good night to you.
Good night.
Munodi